welcome to the Today's Money Masters. I'm Jean-Paul Manu. The Masters competition comprises 3 professional investors and a novice, each given $500,000 to invest. They've been investing in stocks, bonds, and collective investment schemes over this one-year period. At the end of this period, coming right up, the top portfolio manager will be declared. So let's continue with the Masters on this very exciting journey. Welcome back. On today's program, we are joined by Richard Longmore. He is our novice from the Jamaica Racing Commission. Good day, Richard. How are you?
Good day. Good day. I'm doing all right.
It feels like a long time since we've spoken, Richard.
It's been a while, COVID.
Yes, exactly. Richard, let's get right into it. MailPac, a big part of your portfolio. MailPac recently rallied, subsequently declined. The stock price was as high as $2.37, moved up to $1.91 per share. What is your take on this development, seeing that it consists of 28% of your portfolio?
Okay, great. Well, as you would imagine, MailPac is one of those companies from as early as last year. It had its IPO, and I saw when you look at the financials and its projections, but more so the whole online scope of the business, I think it was a stock that would do fairly well. It listed, and immediately within its first week, the share price doubled.
Right.
So investors would have made 100% or more on their monies initially. Then we went into the COVID period, February, March, and as with other stocks, it had a slight depreciation. That depreciation has settled in, where I saw where the stock was on average just trading in the 178, 180 region, and coming on to April, May thereabout, I thought it was a prudent time to make another move at it, where the whole national interest or the whole policy as it relates to how we're dealing with COVID. In my mind, I think Jamaica in particular, we were maintaining some form of stability, and most of the other stocks on the market, we started to see a rally. So I made another move on it where I invested additional monies, and it resulted well, where, as you asked, it appreciated and went as high as $2.37, which in real numbers or real percentages, that results in 22–23% earnings on your money for that period.
So you're happy with MailPac, and you're
Yes, and again, it goes back to the whole climate. The world as we know it has changed, and right now, all the contestants, including myself, we started out the competition with a love for the financial sector, financial stocks. Over the years, we have seen where they're the most profitable, and they have done well. Well, since February, since COVID, we all have changed out our portfolios. And the whole idea behind this is right now, persons are more into what's needed or essential goods and services. So whether you're staying at home or whether you just need to get food for consumption, the whole entertainment and anything that you don't need to do,
right,
persons are not going to do. So the businesses that centers around providing the essential services, and that would have to do goods and services in terms of consumables, those are the companies that strategically I target. And when I look at the other contestants' portfolio, they have made that move also.
So you think you've been following their lead as the professionals,
yes,
and you are the novice.
I've been learning a lot from them because, as you know, we all watch the interviews, and the professionals, they have been given detailed analysis. So you pull from each of the contestants, and you see strengths and weaknesses, and you buy into things that you like. I must say that if you look at the portfolios, one of the leaders, I think Chevron, who was in the lead last, he strategically invested a significant portion of his portfolio in Wusinco, and his concept behind that is consumables again.
Right.
And another contestant, he strategically invested in Separate. As much as I think 40 to 45% of his portfolio is in Separate. And again, that's the whole strategic viewpoint, where you have to go businesses right now that provide services, goods, where we really can't do without.
And you feel MailPac is a strong one going forward.
Most definitely, because not only does it have the benefit of not being a brick and mortar where you have to pay the rent and the physical setup and
Right.
the whole physical aesthetics, there is really online based and logistics. And right now, what the company is doing, they're making some very good moves. When you look at in March of this year, they actually made a major deal with PriceSmart, one of our largest retail stores, where now you can actually get goods and services off PriceSmart online. So you can stay in the comfort of your home, log in, and there you have it. You see your milk, see your bread, see your sugar,
Right.
and you're virtually touring along that.
You mentioned the relationship MailPac has developed with PriceSmart. Can you elaborate a little bit on that?
Yes, well, as you'd imagine, PriceSmart is one of the leading retail chains in Jamaica
Sure.
right now. And what MailPac is doing, in my mind, I think they're trying to replicate one of the most successful companies in the world, and that's Amazon, right? MailPac recently went out and they purchased a state-of-the-art virtual aisle system wherein Amazon and two other European online shopping companies utilize this product.
Okay.
And what this product does is all well and good. You could go online and you see pictures of an item. But what this state-of-the-art technology does is you can actually virtually be
Go
in the
through the
space,
store.
go through the store,
Okay.
select the item,
That's
and
excellent.
it gives you a comprehensive pricing. So again, in alignment with where the government is going and the Ministry of Health, we're doing social distancing. What better way to social distance than in the comfort of your bedroom and creating your shopping list and have your groceries delivered home?
Absolutely.
So this is the new way of living, this is the new model, and MailPac has been proactive enough to create that space in which we can operate. So I think it's a win-win for the nation as well as for the business model that MailPac has.
Okay. All right. Good. And it seemed we're bringing the future right up to.
Right up to par. Again, it's always good to look at international best practice and what MailPac is doing. They're creating a premier product based on what the international leaders are doing. And I think Amazon is the perfect example of what success looks like.
All right. Nice. We'll have more with Richard Longmore after this short break and a word from our sponsors. Welcome back to the Today's Money Masters competition. We're talking today with Richard Longmore. He's our novice in the competition. He's from the Jamaica Racing Commission. Richard, I wanted to talk to you a little bit about COVID now. We're seeing rises in, I think, all but 2 of the states in the United States, not to mention Australia, Hong Kong, South Korea, have been reporting new infections. This virus is not under control. How do you see this trend affecting Jamaica and the rest of the Caribbean and, of course, Latin America over the next 3 months beyond the competition?
Okay, well, I'm glad you asked that because let's go back. Over the last 3 to 4 years, we have had the world leading stock market, actually the #1 stock market.
Right, we spoke about that.
Right, and to date, our stock market has fallen off some 25, 26% percentage points. There has been a rapid decline. Nothing new has happened in Jamaica, but because we're operating in a global environment, right? When we first heard about COVID, it was 1 case in December 1st, December 2nd, way in China, some 15, 18,000 miles away. But over time, that has progressed where now the whole world is affected. So when you mention the different countries or states, because of the environment in which we operate and the dependency that we have on different nations, there's no question in my mind that it has had an impact on Jamaica, and it's going to be more of an impact because we're approaching a frightening stage. I don't know if you have been looking at the numbers, but over the last 2 weeks, we're now seeing renewed or a second wave in terms of numbers. Florida was doing well back in March. Now Florida is hitting 10,000, 11,000 cases.
I think they're calling it the epicenter now.
It's ridiculous, right? And again, back to the point I made about the global environment, where when we speak about Florida, 31% of the international population for Jamaicans, that's migrants overseas, Jamaican population, that's 31% in Florida alone. New York is 42%. So you're looking at previously New York being an epicenter, now Florida being an epicenter. And we have a crazy amount of Jamaica, easily over 1 million Jamaicans there. Sure. So separate and apart from the tourism sector, just the Jamaicans wanting to come home, it's going to affect us. And I am aware that the government has taken a relaxed approach. Well, relaxed is not the word, but we have started to open our borders slowly.
Back a little bit, yes.
There's going to be a correlation with the increase in numbers for that, because as you'd imagine, most of our persons coming into Jamaica are going to be from America. So I'm looking at the numbers, and I personally don't like where the numbers may end up by December, because we're going to be going through that second wave, and we can't be in denial, as some famous presidents was back in December.
Do you imagine that we'll be closing our borders again soon?
If this second wave increases our numbers in the 1,000 region, based on how the Prime Minister as well as Minister Tufton has been very proactive, I think that they will not hesitate to take the precautionary steps that are needed.
Okay. All right. So we'll keep an eye on it.
We just have to watch it closely
as the competition winds down.
It's affecting everybody. One big.
To have a competition, but
it's rough. It's rough. The professionals, the best in the world, the leading banks, everybody's losing.
Yeah.
Billions, everybody. So it's just the environment in which we operate. And the economist recently said the new world order is really the 90% economy. And what they mean by that is we're never going to get back to 100% again moving forward. Everything will be operated at 90%. Jobs will only, the best case scenario, jobs are going to get to 90%. The stock market, best case scenario, are going to get back to 90%. We're not going to be what we were yesterday. That's a sad reality. COVID has changed everything, paradigm shift.
Well, on that note, thanks very much, Richard, for chatting with us, and best of luck as we wind up the competition.
Great. Thanks for having me.
That was Richard Longmore, our novice from the Jamaica Racing Commission. Thanks again, Richard. And join us next week, same time, for another exciting episode of the Masters competition. We'll be speaking with another one of the participants as we wrap up the competition. Listen and analyze the strategies with the Masters on Radio Jamaica Thursdays at 8:45 a.m. Also, see the Masters and their portfolios on our social media pages as they challenge each other to stay ahead in the competition. The Masters competition is a product of Today's Money Limited, brought to you in partnership with NCB Capital Markets Limited, Money Masters Limited, Credit Union Fund Management Company Limited, and Proven Wealth. I'm Jean-Paul Menou. The Masters is another fine product from Today's Money Limited.